Greetings, Gorgons. Today we sweat with the lawyers of St. Paul, Minnesota, and jostle with the jocks of Winchester. Only thing I'll say is, they didn't have to get rid of the wiener dog. There's only one way to find out.
I'm so scared.
Hi, everyone.
Hi, I'm Kendra.
And I'm Blake.
And this is
Ghosts of the Gazette,
where old news brings on new voices.
And where headlines once forgotten come back to life.
Oh, I thought that was Kermit again, but no, that's little green guy.
Yeah, other little green guy.
Other little green guy.
Baby Yoda.
Baby. He's just a baby.
just Yoda, but that was I could have done better probably.
It is December 8th. And Christmas is upon us.
Yeah, we're getting in the swing of things. We're getting in the Christmas jingly jangly mood.
Spirit. Episode 6. And today we are traveling to the year 1963.
I'm excited for this one.
It's a good year.
We're going to be...
Never been, but...
Yeah, I've never been to 1963, but I've only heard the best.
You've only heard the best.
I've only heard the best, except for these stories that we have today.
Yeah, they're really bad. They're really brutal. I'm glad we didn't see the day.
Today we're going to be going to Winchester, UK, as well as Minnesota. St. Paul, Minnesota, to be specific.
Thank you for the specificity.
You're welcome. We also have some extras.
Extra.
No, everyone likes those extras we got going.
Yeah, they're hilarious. Chicken in a box, hilarious.
Hilarious. And all-time extra.
All-time.
Chicken in a box.
Chicken in a box.
All right, Kendra, should I start us off?
Yeah, please do.
For my story today, I saw the headline in a newspaper called The Sunday People.
Huh. Okay, interesting.
Why?
Yeah, it's just interesting.
Okay. The Sunday People was founded in 1881 in the UK and still operates today under the Mirror Group of newspapers. It's pretty well a tabloid now.
They always turn into tabloids, don't they?
Once previously a glorious starlet of journalism has now fallen
into gossip.
Gossip. But we love it.
Yeah, we love gossip.
The headline, as it always does, jumped out at me. I'm not going to read it now. I'll get to that. But our story starts back on the morning of March 6, 1963 in St. Paul, Minnesota, home of the Vikings, home of the Wild, home of the Timberwolves, home of the Twins.
Again, do you just memorize this? No, you looked that up.
I did not look that up. No, I know it. I did prepare that line ahead of time, but okay. I was able to rely on my wit and my general sports knowledge.
Amazing.
Eugene and Carol Thompson, along with their 4 children, live at the Highland Park area of St. Paul in what was described as a comfortable brick home. It was an affluent neighborhood as well.
Were their bricks like fuzzy or something?
Yeah, like
just like pillow.
Yeah, like pillow bricks. Comfy bricks. Love sleeping on a bed of comfy bricks. Tilmer, Eugene, Cotton, Thompson. Lots of names for this guy.
Okay.
Once again, that is Tilmer Eugene Cotton Thompson, 35, an up-and-coming lawyer with a very successful and thriving law practice. Adjusted for inflation and converting to Canadian dollars for the people at home, he was bringing in about $740,000 a year.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Dang.
And his nickname was Cotton due to his hair being super blonde. It was basically white.
That's sick.
Yeah.
This guy sounds awesome so far.
Yeah, he's pretty cool. He's an up-and-coming lawyer. He was,
and he's rich.
And he's rich. He went by Eugene.
Okay.
So he didn't go by Tilmer or Cotton. He mostly went by Eugene.
I think Tilmer is cooler, but sure.
Tilmer Thompson. Yeah, come on. Cool. What are we doing? Went by Eugene. Eugene was off to work and the children were off to school. Carol, his wife, after cooking breakfast and seeing the children off, decided to go back up to bed.
Mood.
Love that. Upon getting in bed, Carol heard the sound of someone coming up the stairs. A mysterious man ran in the room, grabbed Carol, and knocked her unconscious with a rubber mallet.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, super abrupt. Carol woke up minutes later, naked in her bathtub. Her assailant was nowhere to be found.
Oh, this is horrible.
Yeah. So she grabbed her housecoat and fled back down the stairs where the man was, I guess, waiting. Not necessarily waiting, but that's where he was. He was down at the bottom of the stairs, and he grabbed a hold of her and clubbed her repeatedly with a pistol.
Oh, that's horrible.
A Luger pistol. He was hitting her so hard that he broke the gun.
Ooh.
Yeah.
That's awful.
But Carol did not go down.
Okay, good.
She was described, and this is crazy, she was described as a woman that was hard to kill. The man then grabbed a paring knife from the kitchen and proceeded to stab her 50 times, only stopping when the knife broke off in her neck.
Oh, this is horrible.
Yes, this is horrible. Sorry for the
63
vibe.
sucks.
Yeah, the vibes are down right now.
Yeah.
Still, Carol did not go down.
Wow.
She managed to get back up as the man was washing his hands. He's like, okay, that's it. She's done.
And she's like, nope.
She's like, no. And she
Good.
staggered, and this is the quote, she staggered barefoot in the snow. Blood streamed down her face and covered her bathrobe. She went to 2 houses without any answers. So she went next door and then went next
She
to
went
next
far.
door. Yeah.
Wow.
And she was stabbed 50 times in like the face.
That's
In the
horrible.
throat.
Yeah.
She went to the next house in line owned by the Nelson family. And as the door opened, she gasped, I've got a knife in my throat. A man did it. He came to my door. Please help me. And then she collapsed.
Okay.
The Nelsons then put blankets down on the living room floor and helped her lie down. They immediately called a doctor and the police. It was said that when he arrived, she also told the doctor, I've got a knife in my throat. So she was still...
She's still talking.
She was still talking.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
The human body is crazy.
It's absolutely insane. Like, what a hell of a drug adrenaline is.
Yeah,
hey?
no, it's so
like
true.
people being able to lift cars, and like she got repeatedly bludgeoned and stabbed 50 times and
Yeah.
was able to communicate after that, let alone running down multiple houses. And there's this really cool photo that shows the route that she took with a bunch of arrows. We'll put that up on our Instagram.
Sure. Yeah.
So when the doctor arrived, she said, I've got a knife in my throat. And he administered first aid until the ambulance arrived and carted her off to the hospital. Despite their best efforts, Carol passed away in the hospital 4 hours later.
Oh, that's so sad.
Yeah, she had been stabbed in the forehead, face, and throat.
So close. She just hung on.
I know, 4 hours later. So they got her through surgery, but she
Yeah.
just couldn't hang on after surgery.
That's so
So
sad.
sad. It was apparently a horrible crime scene
Yeah.
with blood all over the 2-story house.
I believe it.
The police contacted Eugene at his office and informed him of his wife's fate. As of this moment, the police had no leads, but they did have a working theory. They believed it might be someone related to one of Eugene's cases. Eugene was like a defense lawyer,
that's right.
so he defended a lot of criminals.
It's always so scary for those people who.
Yeah, you never know. Maybe a case didn't
Yeah.
work out the right way, so that's kind of what they were working with.
Terrible.
The people of St. Paul had petitioned for the reinstatement of the death penalty because of how gruesome this crime was.
Wow.
That was a tidbit that I found after the fact.
Wow.
That some people were like, no, this is so messed up. This does not happen in St. Paul.
Yeah.
People were spectating a lot. In one paper, it was said that Eugene was not cooperating with authorities whatsoever. And in another, it accused him of taking out a life insurance policy on Carol weeks before the murder.
I mean, they're always going to look at the husband
They're
first.
always going to look
Sorry,
at the husband
husbands out
first.
there.
It's basic, right? It's what you look at first.
You have to.
Later on in March, there was another paper that had the headline, Thompson will help authorities.
Thank goodness.
Yeah, there we go.
As you should. It's your wife.
The police had said he had been very helpful. That was a quote. And he had answered all their questions without hesitation.
Okay.
The police investigation unfolded from there with multiple leads to follow. After a conference with police officials, the mayor of St. Paul, George Vavulis, said that, quote, police have a million things going on, and any one of them could break the case. Police Chief Lester I'm going to sound this out. Police Chief Lester McAuliffe. Yeah, that's not even that hard of a name. McAuliffe
Okay.
said.
Bizarre, but. Okay.
Yeah, McAuliffe.
Yeah, it doesn't sound natural.
I think it's weird because it goes capital M, lowercase c, capital A, and then U, and then Cliff. So I think the capital A, McAuliffe.
Yep.
He never comes up in the story after this.
You just wanted to say his name.
I had to say his name.
Brutal.
He said, we have a great deal of circumstantial evidence, but the case isn't complete by any means. We need a break.
You have a really good 60s accent.
Hop, skip, and a jump.
Yeah.
That was the most 60s thing I could think of.
It's pretty dang good.
But yeah, he says, we need a break. This was in, I think, a couple weeks after, and it seemed
need a
like,
break.
yeah, I know, wild thing for the police chief
Don't
to just
say
be
that
like,
at least.
oh, we need
Even
a
if
break.
you feel it, don't say it.
Yeah, it's not
want
good
justice.
for, yeah, you can't, you're supposed to say in front of the cameras and in front
We're
of everyone,
working our
we're working
hardest.
tirelessly.
Yeah, we're going to catch the guy. They're going to get him.
And then in private, you go, guys, we need a break.
I'm
Oh my
tired.
gosh, we have been working overtime. You guys, this is a
you really
really
think we'll
hard.
find them? I don't
this is
think
a really
so.
hard case, you guys. From here, they followed the trail of the broken gun, the Luger.
Thanks.
Now, this is some pretty impressive police work. I'm going to sum it up quickly here, kind of what they did tracing this gun around.
Okay.
The police were able to put the gun back together and locate the owner. Enter Wayne F. Brandt. Wayne had recognized what was left of the gun as having come from his Luger. Only
We can
problem?
say gun.
Yeah? It's a specific gun. I
Luger
really
sounds like Booger, which sounds like...
I knew you would say Luger sounds like Booger. A Luger is a very specific type of pistol. Wayne had recognized what was left of the gun as having come from his Booger. Only problem, this gun had been reported stolen a month previously.
Ruh-roh.
More crimes to solve.
They need a break, though.
Oh no.
They're so
Oh my
tired.
gosh. Will anyone think of the cops?
How will they feel about this?
They just like, okay, great. Another lead. That's just
Awesome.
great. This
That's
case is unfolding
sick.
perfectly and we have to do more work.
Awesome.
In parallel to this, the FBI had gotten involved and had been looking into the life insurance policies that Eugene and Carol had on each other.
Classic. Okay.
Yeah. Apparently, Eugene had taken out a $1,061,000 insurance policy prior to her death. I don't really know how prior. I
Wow.
think it was a couple years. So it wasn't like
Okay.
a week before. And Eugene actually wanted to be transparent, so he published all of his insurance documents in the paper.
Oh, wow.
Like there's a full page spread of like, we had this travel insurance, we had this
So
life
he didn't
insurance,
want to
we
look
had this.
guilty.
Yeah, so he fully was like, no, this is exactly what I have
Yeah.
out there.
So
He was
he
putting
just
it all,
put it all
out
out there. Okay.
Yeah. I think he was trying, there's lots of times in this case where he's trying to get ahead of it because he's a lawyer, a defense lawyer.
Yeah, true. He knows
is trying
what
to
people
like,
are thinking.
yeah,
about him,
and so
I
he's
guess.
like, no, I'm going to cut that off right here. This is what we're doing.
Yeah.
And never did I think that through us creating this podcast that it would lead to me reading through a stranger's insurance policy. That was the last thing I wanted to do.
The last thing. That sounds boring, to be
It
honest.
was boring.
Boring.
It was actually really hard to understand. I'm not an insurance person.
Well, I'm sorry for you. You need a break.
This was not the only piece of public evidence that had tied itself to Eugene being responsible for Carol's murder. A few days before the murder, the family had given away their 2-year-old dachshund.
Oh, sad.
For those of you at home, that's a wiener dog.
Everyone knows that.
Put your hand up if you're not too ashamed to admit that you Googled dachshund just to make sure
You didn't
it was a
know?
wiener dog. I just had to make sure it was a wiener
Wow.
dog.
Okay.
Off the top of my
No
head, I was like,
judgment.
that's a wiener dog, right? I should probably check.
No judgment.
Okay, this is judgment-free zone?
Judgment-free zone.
Okay. In addition to this, a telephone extension had been taken out of their bedroom and a new one had been ordered but not yet delivered.
Okay, so they got rid of their dog. They're getting a new phone.
They're replacing their
They're
dog
replacing the dog with the phone.
Yeah, that's only normal.
So sketch.
Yeah, coincidences but not damnable.
No.
Back to the stolen Booger.
Gross.
Turns out they had already arrested the perpetrators and they were sitting in jail in Minneapolis awaiting trial for burglary.
Oh, okay.
So they already got the guys that did that. They interrogated the men and soon had their eyes set on a few primary suspects. They basically said, we sold that gun and we can tell you who we sold that gun to.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Enter.
Cut 2. You think it's going to be an enter and it's a cut 2. I keep everyone on their toes.
I'll never know what's going to happen next.
Cut to 3:15 a.m. on April 19th. Crickets chirp in the cool spring breeze on Madison Street in Spring Lake Park, Minnesota. It's a suburb about 25 minutes outside of St. Paul. Detectives kick down the door of house number 8032 in search of former boxer, 40-year-old Norman J. Mastrian.
Okay.
They arrested him along with a few other people in connection with the slaying of Carol Thompson. These coordinated arrests actually took place all over Minnesota as well as Arizona.
Oh, interesting.
So they hunted a bunch of people down and then we're like, we're going to get them.
Get him.
I looked into Norman Mastrian and I found an excerpt from a book that mentioned his boxing career. And I would love to read a little bit of that
Was he
for
any
you
good?
now.
I can't wait to hear it.
Altogether, Mastrian was down a total of 11 times before the bout was finally stopped in Flanagan's favor in the 7th round. In the dressing room after the bout, a battered Mastrian announced his retirement from boxing.
So he was real good. Down 11 times.
Down 11 times, and he's like, enough to be
Mastrian.
like, you know what? I'm retiring. And he was only
I don't wanna
25.
do this anymore.
He was only 25.
He's so young.
I know. He's like,
that's
you know
crazy.
what? I'm done getting punched in the face.
I don't blame him. I also wouldn't want to get punched in the face over and over again.
Yeah. So he was always described as a former boxer, but that was 15 years prior, and he quit when he was 25.
Hilarious.
Another man police arrested, the one in Arizona, was Dick Anderson, a former ex-con roofing salesman and Marine veteran.
Really hung on that one.
I was like, Marine veterinarian. They picked Anderson up at a motel and extradited him back to Minnesota. Mastrian and Anderson were 2 of 5 people originally picked up in relation to the murder.
So it was a big
sting.
a big something.
There's a lot of like papers that show like the 5 faces of the guys that were all picked up.
Because one guy did it.
There was one guy that did it, but
Yeah.
they picked up 5 people in relation
Wow,
to this.
okay.
Yeah. But the charges were later dropped on the other 3 because it wasn't as strong, or they cooperated in like kind of telling the police what happened. After these arrests, Eugene said in a statement, "I am very pleased with the news that important new developments have taken place concerning my wife's murder. I pray the guilty parties will be speedily brought to justice." I love the word speedily.
Speedily.
Due to public pressure and the national spotlight being on the case, everything was moving at what feels like light speed. Carol was murdered on March 6th, and now only 44 days later, police had men in custody for that. After having
a lot of
no
men in
leads,
custody,
they had
too.
5 guys in
That's
custody.
a lot of people.
And now, hopefully, they can take a break.
Yeah, they deserve it.
What did not move at a lightning speed, however, was the trials for Dick Anderson and Norman Mastrian. Everything kept getting delayed, and Mastrian had trouble finding a lawyer to represent him and thus could not enter a plea for months.
I wonder why. Maybe he just sucked.
It was really interesting because, like, Anderson got a court-appointed public defender, but like
They couldn't
Mastrian,
find a guy for that
there were
guy.
like multiple papers that I found where it was
Weird.
like Mastrian still doesn't have a lawyer. We still can't get this thing started. It's like, wow,
Bizarre.
that's kind
Yeah.
of a fun way to just
I wonder how many saw him and were like, nah, I'm good.
fast forward to Friday, June 21st, where what was described as a sensational turn in the case took place.
Oh.
Eugene Thompson was arrested for premeditated murder in what authorities described as a kill for hire plot.
Okay, I kind of saw this coming.
Yeah. I mean,
but so many people involved. It sounds like there was meetings about this, and there was a reason.
yeah, if there's
And
that
Eugene
many,
was putting his all of his insurance documents up, which to me sounds a little
it's a little like if you
don't
knew-
look at me.
Yeah,
you know?
and that was kind of also a part of what some of the police had to say. Anyway, we'll get to it,
Yeah.
but that was part of what some of the police had to say was
screams
like
guilty.
he almost had everything too figured out.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of people look super guilty when they give too much information.
Yeah, he was
Anyways,
well, I'll get into all
Yeah,
the excuses that he had for everything.
Okay.
Eugene was quickly out on bail of $100,000, which was the highest in state history at the time.
That's a lot, yeah.
And would await his trial along with Mastrian and Anderson. Mastrian and Anderson, their bail was also $100,000, and they could not afford that. So they just sat in jail this whole time. From here, we fast forward to later in October when the trial officially starts. So that's like quite a long time, from June to
Yeah.
October. So they were building their case and crotting their ties and dotting their dirts. And this is when we kind of start to get some clarity on what happened to Carol.
Okay.
The prosecution laid out their case as follows. Eugene had hired Mastrian, the former boxer, for $3,000 to bludgeon his wife and put her in the bathtub to make it look like an accident. Apparently, he and Eugene were college friends. They knew each other from back in the day.
Okay.
From here, Mastrian basically outsources the job to Dick Anderson for $2,300, keeping the $700 as a middleman fee.
Just don't take the job.
But also, you're Dick Anderson. You're killing a woman for $2,300?
Wait, is this 1963 money or is this like
Yeah, but
today money?
here's the thing. Eugene had a $1 million insurance policy out on his
true.
wife.
Yeah, well, obviously they didn't know that, or
I know
else they would have
didn't
been
know
like,
that,
give
but
me
like,
more money.
You think he might have done the nice thing?
At least give them a little more
Well,
money.
I guess he's not ever going to do the nice
That's
thing.
true.
Because
That's
he
a
might have killed
really
his wife.
low amount of money for the life
that's
insurance.
pretty wild. It's like,
That's bad.
what's it worth to you kind of thing.
Also, don't get involved if you're only going to take $700 as a middleman fee. Like, if you get caught, like, so dumb.
Yeah. The breakdown was made up of confessions by both Mastrian and Anderson. So on that morning Carol was murdered, you remember how she heard someone coming up the stairs?
Yes.
Anderson was waiting in the basement for her.
Okay.
It's not really detailed how he got in the basement, but presumably Eugene probably let him in and said, wait in the basement.
Totally.
After their struggle, Anderson had tried to shoot Carol, but he had loaded the gun with the wrong ammunition, so the gun misfired, and that's what led to him hitting her with the gun. Because I was kind of wondering, why didn't he just use the gun to kill her?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, true. I
ended
didn't
up,
even think
like,
that, actually.
I know. I was
yeah.
like, he just took it. I mean, yeah. After this, the prosecution went on to lay out more of what could have motivated this plan. As previously mentioned, there was about $1 million life insurance policy, even though Eugene wasn't really hurting for cash.
He was making so much money.
He was making bank.
Yeah.
I also, side note, saw a detail in only one newspaper that said that Carol was the heiress to like a $2 million fortune.
Oh my goodness.
But I couldn't find that anywhere, and I couldn't find I couldn't find it anywhere else.
Yeah, okay.
So that was like maybe
they
one
weren't
of those
hurting.
things. They weren't hurting. No.
They had
no.
comfortable bricks as well.
They had
so
comfy bricks.
They were having a good time over there.
Apparently, Eugene had promised his former secretary that the proceeds would be enough from the insurance payout, would be, quote, enough money for us to live on. And yes, he was classically having an affair with his secretary.
Oh my gosh.
And she testified to that in court.
So cliche.
I know.
And she just was like, yeah.
I'm going to be with you. I'm going to be with you. And she's like, yeah, do it.
Do it.
But
be my man.
Be my man. You're my man. Go, man.
Go, man.
And you know that telephone line that they were getting replaced?
Yeah.
He had apparently taken it out of the house that morning and had it in his car on the way to work. His defense was that they were redecorating and they wanted to get a different phone.
Oh, he just didn't want her to call the police.
Yeah.
Eh?
Like if the struggle went bad and she called the police. Police found the phone in his car.
Yeah. Dummy.
Police also found a briefcase in his office with $4,400 in it, and they were all in $100 bills. And the envelope holding the cash had a bunch of stamps on it.
Did he put this guy's money in an envelope?
But it was only like the $3,000, right, that he was going to pay Mastrian.
Yeah.
So the defense said that Eugene and Carol had gone to Las Vegas recently, and he had brought $10,000 in 2 separate envelopes with him to gamble with. Right.
Okay. Sure.
All of this in combination with the fact that he got rid of his quote-unquote guard dog days before, Wiener Dog.
Yeah, you didn't have to get rid of the Wiener Dog.
No. But the defense said that the dog had been acting up for quite a while, and they had been actively trying to rehome it for a while. And just happened to be 2 days before the murder that they got rid of their Wiener Dog. Probably their super yappy
As soon as
Wiener
the dog
dog
was gone, he was probably like, okay, it's go time.
Let's do this. The dog's gone.
The dog's gone. The Wiener Dog can't
I
attack.
couldn't find the dog's name.
Oh, sad.
What do you think the dog's name was? His name was Cotton, Tilmer. What do you think? What would you name a Wiener Dog if you're in 1963 and you're in St. Paul, Minnesota? Go.
Hot dog.
That would be good.
Is that the right answer?
Then you'd remember that a dachshund is shaped like a hot dog.
Exactly. And
a
then I would
wiener
have to
dog.
Google it like a chump.
At one point in the trial, Eugene, against his lawyer's plea, took the stands. By all accounts, this hurt his case more than helped it. Eugene continued to preach his innocence and love for his late wife.
Oh, he loved her so much.
He loved her so much,
Oh,
even
goodness.
though he later did admit to having an affair with his secretary, but said he never told her he loved her. As she said, yeah, he loved me. He said he loved me.
Of course he did. He literally murdered his wife to be with his secretary. Of course he's told his secretary he loved her.
I mentioned it once at the top. They had 4 kids.
Oh, yeah,
ages
true.
6 to 13.
Oh, young still.
Yeah.
Oh, my
yeah,
goodness.
they had 4 kids.
Get over yourself, dude.
On Friday, December 6th at 6:17 p.m., after 12 hours of deliberation, Tilmer Eugene Cotton Thompson was found guilty of first-degree murder.
Bye.
They quickly ushered him out of the courtroom and sent him to prison. There is an unreal photo of him waiting in reception of the prison. It's like he's got his arms crossed and he's just staring straight ahead of him, and there's bars in front of him, and you can just tell
sick.
He's like, what have I done?
Good. Bye-bye.
And there's a description of him in those moments from the person that took the photo. And this is a quote. He had walked into the prison slowly. He was handcuffed, waiting in the reception. He stared straight ahead, his eyes ringed with red. His jaw was firmly set. He said nothing.
He's mad.
He's mad and sad and pissed he got caught. Mastrian shouldn't have done it. That's what I always say. Don't do it.
Just don't do it. You know what? Just divorce.
Just divorce.
Go make your money. Like, he makes so much money.
Yeah.
You might have to pay a little child support, whatever. But
4 kids. That's a lot of child support.
Is
Is it worth it?
Yeah, it is worth it.
Yeah, so everyone stays alive. It's worth it. It was after this that I saw the original headline that sparked my interest in the story. December 8th, 1963, in a paper called The Sunday People.
Sunday People.
The lawyer who hired a killer.
Wow.
It was a cool headline, and I was like, I gotta know more about this. Following up on this, Eugene was in prison for 20 years until his parole in 1983. He then remarried.
Really?
I always find that interesting. It always happens too.
There's a breed of women out there who just like, they just want to marry convicts and marry guys that are in jail.
And he always kept his innocence. So I feel like it's like one of those types of people that's like, well, he said he never did it. He said he never did it.
Him.
Yeah. He died in 2015 on his 88th birthday. Carol and Eugene's children were raised by Carol's parents. It was said that they were frequently recognized as the children of Eugene. And a lot of people, and a lot of people thought this was one of the worst murders in Minnesota history. Yeah, it was like for a while considered like one of the worst.
It's pretty gruesome.
Yeah.
And she obviously suffered a lot for a while.
It was one of the top stories in the nation.
Wow. Yeah, I imagine.
Year. It was one of the top stories. I will say it did get outshined by a certain president getting shot and assassinated in Dallas. John F. Kennedy.
I've never heard of him.
All right, moving on. Their oldest son, Jeffrey, went on to study law, became a defense lawyer and then a prosecutor, and worked his way up to being a judge in Minnesota.
Good for him.
Yeah.
Good.
In 1986, like 3 years after Eugene got out, his family, quote unquote, convened a family court, and they brought Eugene in and said, "We are going to presume you're guilty. You have to convince us otherwise." And apparently he failed to do that.
Yeah, I mean, he was guilty.
Yeah. Eugene continued to say he was innocent until the end. When asked about it, Jeffrey said, "I think, based on my experience with Minnesota's criminal justice system, that the jury did the right thing. Many people believe this story as well is loosely inspired by the Coen Brothers movie Fargo. Inspired the Coen Brothers movie Fargo.
That makes more sense.
He saw Fargo in the future and he was like, man, I got to do that.
I got to do that thing.
But yeah, the Coen Brothers basically, they said, we don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, no. Also, he only did 20 years.
Yeah, and he got out on parole.
Crazy.
Yeah. But he was on parole until he died. So he always had to check in. And same with Mastrian and Anderson. Anderson, the guy that actually did it, he was also out on parole within 20 years.
Only 20 years. Come on.
And he was a repeat offender, same with Mastrian.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah.
Surprising,
awful.
right?
That
I didn't
is
really
surprising.
See too much else about them. But I assume they have passed away at this point.
Yeah. Wow. Such a sad story. Poor Carol.
And that's my story.
Wow. Crazy story. All right. I think it's my turn.
I think it's your turn.
I don't see anyone else in here. So, okay. So I found my story in the Sunday People.
No. Really?
I don't know how that happened. Yeah.
I guess the December 8th, 1963.
I don't know. Maybe the Sunday People was being promoted that day on something on newspapers. I don't know.
So we just both went to the exact same newspaper and then veered off in very different directions because you stayed in the UK.
Yeah, mine's in the UK. Yeah.
That's hilarious.
That's so funny.
Wow. Okay, I don't think that's ever going to happen again.
Probably not. I can't believe it happened already.
That's very surprising that we
I don't know. We must have searched a similar term.
Same brain.
Okay, anyways, I found my story in the Sunday People, December 8th. It's a London paper, which I don't have as many facts as you. I just said it's a cool name.
Yeah, it's okay. I gave everyone the facts on, everyone kind of
Googled
gets
it
it.
a little harder, yeah.
Yeah.
The headline reads, "Murder in a locked room."
Oh, you did this one. I saw this headline.
Oh, really?
And I just
In the Sunday
decided
People?
in the Sunday People.
That's crazy.
Oh, that's so fun.
It's a really small blurb, too. It's not even that big.
Yeah, that's why I was just like not.
I saw "murder in a locked room" and I was like, oh, interesting.
Yeah, I saw it and I saw how small the blurb was, and I
tiny.
was like, man,
Probably nothing, right?
I'm excited that
Wrong.
it's your full story.
Okay, so this story takes place in Winchester, UK, which is 100 so kilometers outside of London town. It involves a 67-year-old widow from Winchester named Mrs. Alice Mary Carhart, which is also another long name.
Yep.
Who goes by the name Fanny.
Fanny Carhart.
So we're going to call her Fanny Carhart from here on in.
Fanny.
It is the morning of December 7th, 1963. A chilly morning, I presume, since it was December.
Yeah.
Fanny Carhart lived above a confectionery store called A.M. Carhart.
Candy store.
Yeah. Did you have to Google it?
No, I knew that confectionery was candy.
Good job.
Thank you.
Her and her husband owned before he passed away. They sold candy, obviously, and lots of other people remembered buying candy from them. And they always said how nice they were as a couple and how sweet she was.
You got to be nice and sweet if you're selling candy.
An older woman selling candy from a candy store.
Yeah, because you can come off as
with
creepy.
the name Fanny. Yeah, I guess so. She was also working a job occasionally at Stanley Mills Limited, where she was employed to make tea at their Lower Brook Street location. Since Fanny's home was also located on Lower Brook Street, to be precise, 56 Lower Brook Street, her coworker Peter decides that since it's super out of character for her to just not show up to work, that he would just walk on over to her house and check on her. Really sweet.
Yeah.
Peter said, "I went to her home and knocked on her door, but there was no reply." He also notices that there's some marks on her front door. So he's like, what is happening?
Like cult marks.
No, just marks.
Oh, just marks.
Not symbols.
Like horrible satanic cult symbols. Marks.
No, just marks.
Okay, so the story doesn't go towards the satanic cult.
No, I'm sorry.
Okay.
Did you want me to go in the satanic cult sort of way?
If you don't mind.
Next time.
Okay, next time.
I'll have to make it all up. So then he went over to a nearby bar where Fanny was a regular called the Wagon and Horses Public House to get some assistance. It was just around the corner. There, he was able to get a fireman to help him, and the fireman decides to climb a nearby pipe near her window to get into the widow's window through her window. Let me try that again.
We get it. He climbed up the pipe through the widow's window.
The widow's window. Unfortunately, when he got into her apartment, he saw Mrs. Carhart on her bed, very much unalive.
Ugh.
He found that her bedroom door was locked from the outside and had to force it open to get back out of the apartment.
That's wild.
So it was in a locked room.
Yeah, I mean, I guess that's the headline that I saw.
Murder and yeah. When detectives showed up, they claimed that she had showed signs of having been smothered by a pillow or a cushion or by a hand. A post-mortem examination established that she did die between 12:30 a.m. and 3 a.m. on that Saturday morning. There were also signs that the bedroom had been searched, but said that they did not know yet whether anything was missing, although her handbag was not touched and there was money still lying around. So
Wild. Like, who would want to kill the candy lady?
I know.
Candy from the trolley.
I know. On December 9th, a headline reads, so only a couple days later, the headline reads, "Police seek widow death key." A vital clue in the hunt for the murderer is a bedroom door key.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Detectives said the key could well provide one of the missing links in the chain of evidence slowly being built up. They said it was 2.5 to 3 inches in length with a flat oval piece of metal at one end. It's an ordinary key which will fit the ring type of lock usually fitted in older houses. So like 80 or 90 years ago, which is definitely like a big old skeleton key.
Yeah, but you know what's kind of funny about these detectives is they keep describing things as if it could be a bunch of different things. Like they go, well, she was clearly smothered by a cushion, a hand, or a pillow. And the key, yeah, it looks like a key.
It's an old key.
It's got an oval.
It's metal.
And it goes in. It's metal. It goes into the thing, and it usually is fitted into all the older houses.
Any old house, 80, 90 years
Just
ago,
described
maybe
hundreds
more.
of thousands of keys.
They basically told the public to be on a lookout for the key. So if you see this key lying around, guys,
What
let
are we
us
doing
know
here, guys?
the only evidence they really had going at the moment.
Great evidence.
Its importance is that it could explain one of the mysteries of the case, how Mrs. Carhart was killed while in bed in a locked room and how the door remained locked when her body was discovered by the fireman who climbed in through the bedroom window. The widow window.
The window.
The widow window. The theory on which detectives are working is that having failed to wrench open the front door of the house using a crowbar, the murderer scaled a stack pipe to get into Fanny's window. The widow window. And then after the crime, unlocked the bedroom door, locked the door behind him, and went out of the house by the front door, which is fitted with a self-fastening lock.
So he shimmied up the pipe, went in through
the
her
window,
through the widow window,
and then did the thing.
Yep, with either a cushion or a hand or a pillow.
And then he opened up the door,
locked it behind him,
and he ditched the key.
Yeah.
The chief of police put together a squad of 20 detectives to solve the riddle. Mm-hmm. I think they were all bored.
20
There was
detectives.
a lot of detectives. Yeah. Throughout the weekend, they made house calls and interviewed a bunch of people that were friends or acquaintances of Fanny, which brings us back to the bar near her house called the Wagon and Horses.
Great name.
Which she was a regular at, like a regular.
Oh, a regular. The sweet candy lady.
Yeah. She liked to have fun. They said that Fanny came by for her usual supper drink at the public house and stayed there until shortly after midnight. The bar owner, Mr. Swift, no relation
to Taylor Swift,
said that she had a happy disposition and that she stayed until the bar closed down and they were clearing up as she usually did. At one point, Fanny knocked a glass on the floor and the owners were like, all right, time to go home there, Fanny.
Get out of here, Fanny.
Get out of here. Mr. Swift, the owner, always arranged to have her walked home, though. She was always a little anxious.
Yeah, and she lived close.
But they would always just get someone just to walk her over.
Really nice.
Which is really, really sweet.
That just proves to her character as well.
Yeah, totally. Another bar owner that was at the bar, as well as his brother-in-law, walked her home that night just down the street. And then they just returned to the pub to be like, she's home. She's home. She's
wow, that's
safe.
crazy. So she even got an escort home. So they even had people who were like, yeah, we saw her last.
Yeah, she closed the door. So at that point, they were dumbfounded as to what happened to her exactly and who had been involved. That was until only 3 days later when a paper on December 10th reads, remanded on a murder charge. They were fast on this one.
Yeah, that was two days later.
They were very fast.
Yeah.
3-ish. Handcuffed to a detective, William Jackson McDonald, 23 years old, laborer of Winchester, is charged with her murder.
Wow.
They got him.
Got him.
So more details of her night leading up to the murder came to light, and the investigation to her murder is described as a jigsaw puzzle.
Yeah, a riddle, a jigsaw puzzle.
They did like to use these words.
Yeah, a cushion, a hand, a pillow.
Like we know, you guys are doing a great job, but you don't have to call it all these things.
We
know you're doing a good job.
Sounds like they need a break.
No, these guys didn't need a break.
Yeah, I
they
guess
were
it
on
only
it.
been a couple days.
They wanted to stay on it. So yeah, her murder was described as a jigsaw puzzle, of which, when all the pieces fit together, pointed to the man on the dock. Going back to the evening at the Wagon and the Horse pub, William McDonald was there partying with the rest of them, along with his buddy, George Silverstone. And they were said to be very merry, so they were very drunk.
The Christmas season is on the horizon.
Yeah, we're having a fun time.
We're all being very merry.
We are, of course. This is where he got acquainted with Fanny, of course. And at one point in the evening, McDonald put his arm around Fanny in a friendly fashion, but was told by the bar owner's wife, Mrs. Swift, also no relation,
to Taylor Swift,
to stop. Don't put your arm around her, please.
They're
Back
protective
off.
of Fanny.
Yeah, they really liked Fanny, which is really sweet.
That's really sad too.
William and George also left the pub and got into a taxi around 12:30 a.m. On the way home, they had made comments to the taxi driver about looking for women with whom they could spend the night with. William also made comments about how he met a lady earlier in the night and had a good time, but insinuated that George was cramping his style.
Get George out of here.
He basically was like, three's a crowd, bro. You were all over me. I was trying to be all over her. So
he's
next
like,
time,
bro,
back off.
we're being very merry, bro. It's
just trying to be merry with my lady.
Well,
let us be married.
Hey,
and have
we
a good
used to
time.
be married together until she came into the picture.
Yeah, I picture them quite drunk. George got dropped off at his home first, and so William was getting dropped off at his home last. And so he stayed for a while at home, but that same taxi driver was back near the pub around Fanny's house around 1:20, 1:30 and saw William walking by.
William doubled back.
A patrolling police officer around the same time, so the 1:20, 1:30 time, around the Wagon and Horse and Fanny's house, said that he saw William outside, and William had told him that he had met a woman of about 35 at the bar, but she was 67 at this point.
Oh,
so
wow. She's looking good.
looking good.
He's a little drunk too.
A little bit.
A lot drunk.
The police officer was probably like, oh, okay,
So
sure.
what do you want me to do about it?
Anyways, he then told the police officer that she lived at 56 Lower Brook Street. The officer told him he was practically on Lower Brook Street and pointed in the direction.
Oh, interesting.
I know. Big oof.
The police officer is like, oh, yeah, right there.
Right there. Yeah.
There you go.
He then told him to be careful because it was muddy and there were potholes and not to, get stuck in a pothole. So he probably felt really bad about this afterwards.
Cop.
So nice. This William guy was looking pretty guilty. And so, of course, he was charged. He was put in jail.
Yeah.
There was lots of evidence stacked against him.
Of course.
I'll go over it. Evidence included green marks on William's shoes that matched the green paint on the stack pipe that would have been climbed to get into her window.
The widow window.
His nickname was Jock, and he was known to be a man of agility. He had a cigarette holder and a key to a clock from her house that were later found in his possession.
Okay, that one's the damning evidence.
So he didn't have the key to her door, which they were looking for.
Yeah, but he probably got rid of that. He had stuff from inside her house.
Why did he take a key from her clock? It's like the most random thing. There was
He was
money
wasted.
around. He was really drunk, I guess.
He was wasted, but also I like how they're like, well, first of all, he's agile. Second of all, he had things from inside her house.
Yeah.
Like that's the evidence.
The evidence. Well, there was also traces of blood found on his jersey, and she was a rare blood group, so they were able to match the blood group.
Oh, right. This is the 60s,
This is the
and you can
60s,
do
yeah.
DNA.
And he left his fingerprints all over her house, which, yeah, I guess I was kind of like, oh, they had fingerprint stuff back there. But I think they just kind of visually...
Yeah, I mean, fingerprints was
matched
just
them.
dusting and tape, and I guess you would put...
I guess so.
put it on
Yeah.
Yeah, you would visually match it. Yeah.
Yeah, I guess it makes sense, but I'm just so
They
used
know,
to like...
they know do it without computer?
What did computer?
When did computer help?
I guess I just always am like, I feel like we're researching in the 1800s a lot.
Yeah,
so I'm always
so
like,
it gets a little
fingerprints?
Like, yeah, as
Oh
soon
my
as like
goodness.
you hear like even when you said like he got in a taxi, and I was like a horse and carriage.
Yeah.
Like in
Doesn't
my
help
mind,
that the pub's called Horse and Wagon.
we just jump around
wagon
so
owner.
much, and this was the 60s.
So do you think he was guilty?
Of course.
Yeah. William had tried to force open her front door, and then when that didn't work, he climbed the pipe, obviously, and then he killed her, which is very sad because she was very well loved.
Loved in the community.
Very
the
well
candy
loved.
lady.
The candy lady, yeah. When asked if he knew her in court, he said he knew her as the woman who used to sell sweets at the shop, and that he always called her Fan.
Wow, he like
So he knew her. Like he was like bought candy from her. He claimed that they just had a drink together at the pub, and when asked if he left home after getting dropped off by his taxi, he said, "Not as far as I can remember. No, I did not."
Oh my goodness.
He then claimed he had never seen her clock key before and that he did not take it.
But they
dude,
found
it was in
on
your
him.
home.
Bro, you
in your
had her
house.
clock key.
Clock key. William McDonald pleaded not guilty and maintained he had never been to her house. Okay.
You had the paint. You had the clock key.
Your fingerprints are there.
You're an agile little
You're
guy.
a jock. You're an agile jock. Of course you're climbing a stack pipe.
Wild.
Wild. Finally, on April 15th, 1964, he was sentenced to life imprisonment for the murder of Alice Fanny Carhart. And I hope he is still riding today because he would be 85-ish now.
Wow.
I couldn't find an update on whether he was still in jail.
Let's hope he's not out there climbing any other people's other pipes at 85 years old.
But it's very possible he only got like 20 years because your buddy got 20 years.
Yeah, my friend
Your buddy.
Tilmer only got 20 years.
And the boxer guy.
Yeah, they all got only 20
All your
years.
buddies.
All the guys. I was actually, this is something
You're
I'd
one of
like
the five.
I'm one of the 5 guys that they
Wow.
arrested.
I thought you never knew 63. I thought you weren't from...
I'm not from 63, but
63.
I was familiar with 63, unfortunately.
Okay. All right. Well, that's my story.
Now it's time for
Extra
extras.
Extra, read all about it. Blake and Kendra got a couple little fun little tidbits they found while researching their stories that they want to share with you.
I will start us off today.
Yay.
I found this in the Post Bulletin when I was researching my story.
So not the Sunday people.
Not the Sunday People, unfortunately.
Dang.
And the headline reads, "Divorce lawyer will represent his wife in court."
Oh.
Omaha, Nebraska, attorney Walter A. Nielsen, 53, who has tried more than 300 divorce cases in 30 years, had still another client today, his wife.
Interesting.
Nielsen filed a divorce petition charging extreme cruelty on behalf of Vesta Nielsen, 51, against himself.
Okay.
The attorney said he will represent his wife just as though she were a complete stranger. We've been as far apart from each other as the astronauts are from the moon. Wait. The astronauts are the one that go to the moon.
Close compared to the rest of us.
The astronauts are from the moon. I mean, this was 63. Wait, pause. When did...
Oh, right. I think it was like 69 or 67 or something.
Yeah. Yeah, I was 6 years prior. Okay, so I guess that, yeah, they hadn't walked on the moon yet, so that was a pretty good, that was a pretty good zinger.
All right, you got us.
Nielsen, who said he'll also represent himself, will not contest the divorce.
I don't think you can do that.
That sounds like amicably splitting up, but I like that he's filed
Isn't
a divorce
that
petition charging extreme cruelty on behalf of her, saying, so that would mean like he has been super cruel to her.
And he's going to attest to that.
Yes, I will attest to that on her behalf.
But then he's going to turn around and be like, no, I
think
didn't.
He goes, I think you can get more from this guy. He's a lawyer. And then he turns around. What are you talking about over there? Yeah, like that's a great setup for a movie. I would have
loved to be a fly on the wall for that one.
Yeah, it's just the two of them in a courtroom. I mean, maybe. Oh no, he's also representing himself.
Yeah, so he's literally talking to himself. He's
assuming the role of three people in this: her lawyer, his lawyer, and himself.
Wow.
It's like he's like, I'm not talking to her. I'll talk to her through my lawyer only. Hey, he said he's not going to talk to you.
This is like an SNL skit.
It's confusing the more you think about it.
That's crazy.
Yeah, hilarious.
All right, whatever works for some people.
Yeah, I mean, hey, he said he won't contest it, and they're as far apart from each other.
It sounds like they should stay together and they're still in love. Okay, my turn.
Yep.
If your son was born in 1958, he's Hornby age this Christmas.
He's a Hornby age this Christmas?
He's Hornby age this Christmas. Hornby. Remember when you were 5 years old, the thrill and wonderment of Christmas, the pride of owning your first Hornby train?
Oh.
Now your son's reached the Hornby age. Lucky you. To be the means of introducing him to this new world of fun and interest. This new hobby that will grow as he does. The cost? Surprisingly low. Hornby's new sets start at only $89.60, which is a lot of money for a train at that point, right? Whatever. And that's including Transformer.
Oh.
Call in at your nearest toy shop and ask to see them right away. P.S. To fathers of girls, don't despair. Many are the mothers of today who confess that they longed for a train set of their own, but were given dolls instead. Try it. Take your daughter to a toy shop. Watch her as she sees the Hornby trains. If her eyes light up, then buy one. She's a Hornby age, all right.
She's a Hornby age.
Hornby age.
You know what's awesome is that worked on me.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, I'm going to buy our daughter a train set.
A train set.
That's actually a cute ad. At first, it's like, what the heck is Hornby age?
Yes,
I can't believe that we have lived through our whole lives and we didn't realize that we were at a Hornby age.
Yeah.
But I mean, I would say any age is a Hornby age.
Any age is a Hornby age.
Any age is a Hornby age if you like trains enough.
I think trains are great.
We're so Hornby.
It's not that.
Okay, I'm going to go to my next one.
Okay, it's your turn.
Okay, picture this. Big old wine bottle. This is an ad. Big old wine bottle, and beside it, it says, your daily help.
Yum. Mama's meds.
Mama's meds. Take the humdrum out of home life with Winkerness. Winkerness.
Okay.
Winkerness. Wonderful how it helps you whisk through your daily chores.
And it's alcohol. Yes.
This is alcohol.
This is alcohol. Okay.
Take the humdrum out of home life with Winkerness. Wonderful how it helps you whisk through your daily chores. You've heaps more vitality to lead a fuller, happier life and keep on top of your world. Winkerness isn't just a rich, red, smoothie, delicious wine. It's a full strength and fortified with famous Winkerness tonic formula. And naturally, that's why each glass does you such a world of good. Large bottle 10/6 times 5/11 half bottle.
What are
from
these
wine
prices?
merchants. I don't get it. Probably
Why is there
$10.60, $5.11. That's strange.
It's weird. I've never seen the slashes before. But what? Are they just being like, hey, drink your way through your chores?
Drink your way
women?
through life.
Wow.
Yeah, it's helps
Kinda
you
sad.
whisk through your daily. Just be
It
drunk.
is mama meds.
It is mama's meds.
Mama's meds.
Just be drunk all day.
Drunk. It'll make you happier.
Just have a buzz on. Life is gonna be easier that way. What are we doing here?
There's no problem with that. There truly isn't.
There truly isn't. Yeah, it does help you whisk through your chores.
I do it every day, all day.
That's awesome.
It's okay.
I love that you do that every day.
It's just how it goes. That's how I get through my day.
What's your next extra?
Anyways. All right, my next extra. This is just a random blurb. I don't really know. I thought it was an ad, but it's not.
Love blurbs.
Or maybe it is. I don't know. You tell me if it's an ad or not.
Comment down below if it's an ad or not.
A customer came back to my shop last week and asked whether he should have his Tom kitten neutered. I know you said it could be done best when he was between 4 and 6 months old, but I am certain he's going to be a real little mouser, and I don't want to stop him keeping those pests away, he explained. I was able to reassure him. Absolutely wrong, I said, that neutered cats aren't such good mousers. It's just an old wives' tale. Just the same as the one keeping a cat slightly short of rations so that he'll be a better mouser, going out to hunt his own food. Well, the best mouser is a well-fed cat. You see, most cats go out mousing not to get food, but just for what we would call the sport of the thing. In other words, if you want to encourage puss to keep the mouse at bay, feed him or her properly. It's strange how just the presence of a cat about the place will often keep mice off the premises.
I've never heard the word mouser
So much.
so much. Also, this is hilarious. The guy comes in, should I neuter my cat? And the guy's like, feed it more.
Just feed it.
That's
It
what
just
he's-
wants to do it
it's
for
like,
sport.
Should I neuter my cat? I'm scared about it. They're like, neutering doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
Make sure you're feeding that thing.
It says, I think it's a pet shop, but it says pet shop by John Field, the man who loves the animals he sells. Okay, so he just sells the animals. He's
Is
not
this just a guy's
neutering
fiction?
a bunch
It doesn't
of-
have
I don't
an
know. It
address.
has
It doesn't have
nothing. I
anything.
don't
Is
know.
this just some guy's fan fiction of him going into a pet shop and asking about
Possibly.
mousing?
mousing.
I'm looking for a real mouser.
Yeah, my kitten needs to be a mouser, and if I need to neuter it to be a mouser, I gotta chop it all off. I'm gonna do it.
I'm gonna do it.
I'm gonna
And
get him.
The guy's like, no, just feed it.
Just feed it. It's a sport for these mousers.
Mousers.
Yeah,
I want to grow up to
know.
be a hornby mouser.
As you should. As you should. Okay, I just had one more. Just
Of
one
course.
more. Just one quick
We've got
one.
nothing
'Cause
but
there's
time.
funny classifieds on this one.
Yeah.
She keeps on top of the world. How about you? When she feels tired, depressed, and headachy, it is often due to constipation. She takes bile beans to put matters right. When you feel dull, listless, liverish, or bilious, bile beans with 11 selected ingredients will give you an extra gentle, extra thorough relief.
Bilious.
Bilious. Take bile beans at bedtime and wake up feeling gloriously alive and full of energy, vitality, and sparkle.
Vitality.
Vitality is fun. Bile beans, the gentle family laxative.
Bile beans is
Bile bean
probably the
sounds
most
so
disgusting product name. Bile
I hate the
beans.
word bile. Paired with beans makes it 10 times worse. They were a popular 19th, 20th century pain medicine and quack remedy, not a food.
Not a food. Okay, so it's
food.
not a food. I'm just thinking bile beans sounds like someone puked up beans.
Sounds so gross. It says they were falsely marketed as a cure-all using fictional backstory about an aboriginal ingredient and Captain Cook. In reality, the pills contained a mix of ingredients like rhubarb and licorice, primarily acting as a laxative.
Wait, so their product tasted like rhubarb and licorice and they decided to call it
Beans?
bile beans?
Yeah, I wonder what it actually looked like the substance, like if it looked like beans or if it was just
Yeah.
slop. Or maybe it was like cold medicine where it was just liquid.
Sludge. It's bile
bean
beans.
liquid.
Bile bean liquid.
Liquid. In a liquid form.
In a liquid.
Anyways, that's our
That's our episode for today.
cute little, sweet little episode.
Don't forget to follow us on Instagram at Ghost of the Gazette, where we'll be posting photos and clippings from today's episode.
Subscribe to us on YouTube at Ghost of the Gazette. You can also follow us and support us on TikTok
At Ghost of the Gazette.
Next Monday, we're going to have stories from 1975. So let us know in the comments.
If you would take Bile Beans, or if you have a different name for Bile Beans.
You know what? Bring back Bile Beans.
If you email us at ghostofthegazette@gmail.com, put the subject line as Bring Back Bile Beans.
Bring back Bile Beans.
Thank you again for stepping back in time with us.
Until next week.
Bye. Ooh. Ghost of the Gazette is written, produced, and haunted by Blake Garbe and Kendra Clark. Original theme by Kelly Steinhoff.